Ever get the feeling that some guys seem to have a secret manual about women that you never got? You know that guy who, without even trying, gets the respect, the attention, and the desire of any woman, while most men are just struggling not to get ghosted on WhatsApp. The truth is, there's a massive gap between what men think women want and what actually makes their eyes light up. 99% of men spend their entire lives focusing on the wrong things: money, looks, or canned pickup lines. But there's a psychological key that only the 1% has noticed. In this video, I'm going to reveal exactly what that 1% knows. It's something so subtle that it flies under the radar for almost everyone. But once you get it, the game flips in your favor instantly. Stick with me until the end, because the third secret I'm going to share today is what separates the guys who are just nice from the ones who are truly unforgettable. Let's get straight to the point. No fluff. The first secret this elite 1% understands is that women aren't logical creatures in social and romantic interactions. They are emotional creatures. You know that moment when you try to solve her problem with a perfect, step-by-step plan, and she just gets annoyed with you? You're using logic on an emotional battlefield. The 1% man doesn't try to fix the situation logically. He validates her emotion first. When she says, "I had a horrible day at work," 99% of men say, "Well, you should do X or Y to solve it." The 1% says, "Wow, I can imagine how stressful that must have been for you." Do you see the glaring difference? In 1 second, you became an emotional safe harbor, not a boring consultant. It's about understanding the biological why. Women evolved to seek protection and emotional stability, not just immediate practical solutions. Here's an interesting detail that almost nobody notices: the famous tests they throw at you. 99% of men see these tests as a personal insult or an annoying mind game. The 1% man knows this is a deep biological need of hers. The naked truth is that she isn't trying to break you, she's trying to see if you're unbreakable. Psychologically, her subconscious mind needs to verify if you're actually the confident man you appear to be before she lets her guard down emotionally. For example, when she makes a teasing joke about your clothes or your job, she isn't actually insulting you. She's measuring your emotional reactivity. If you over-explain yourself, get angry, or get defensive, congratulations, you just failed the test. But if you give a little smirk, agree in an exaggerated way, or just confidently ignore it, you've won the game. You showed that your self-esteem doesn't depend on her validation. This is magnetically attractive to any woman because it communicates stability, something evolutionary psychology tells us is one of the most sought-after traits. If this is already making sense and opening your mind, hit the like button on the video right now. It helps the algorithm understand that this content is valuable and keeps me motivated to keep bringing this depth to you. You know what almost nobody realizes about leadership? There is a deep feminine need for authentic masculine leadership, but 99% of men these days are afraid to lead. They're scared of looking bossy, so they dump every decision on her. Where do you want to eat? What movie do you want to see? What do you want to do this weekend? You know what she hears when you do that? She hears, "I don't have a plan, please take control because I'm insecure." The 1% man knows that leading isn't about aggressive dominance. It's about providing direction and emotional security. When you say, "I booked a table for us at that new Italian spot at 8, let's go," you aren't being a dictator. You're creating a safe environment where she can relax and step out of the life manager role to just be a woman on a date with you. Biologically, when a man leads with confidence, it allows the woman to connect with her own feminine polarity, which is the absolute foundation of sexual tension. This kind of subtle psychological detail that completely changes the game is exactly what I explain in depth in my full guide, Attraction Secrets. If you want to master these concepts and stop guessing what they want, the link is in the description waiting for you. Now, let's get to the most crucial point of all, which very few men in the world truly understand: the concept of plausible deniability. Remember that name. 99% of men think a woman is going to say explicitly, "I want to go to your apartment right now to be with you." That almost never happens that directly. Female psychology works through subtlety and her social safety. She doesn't want to seem easy or carry the weight of an impulsive decision in the eyes of society. The 1% knows how to read body language and the micro-expressions that invite the next step. When she says, "I love red wines, but I don't know many good ones," she's not asking for a wine lecture. She's creating an opening for you to say, "I have an excellent wine at my place. Let's go try it now." If you accept the underlying invitation with confidence, you move the interaction forward. If you ignore the subtlety and ask for direct permission for everything, you break the spell. The 1% man creates the conditions for things to happen naturally, protecting her social reputation and his own self-esteem. It's a psychological dance where you have to know the steps. If you want to understand more and more about the female mind and master the dynamics of attraction, subscribe to the channel now so you don't miss the next eye-opening videos. The big difference, at the end of the day, is that 99% of men react to what's on the surface, while the 1% operates in the depths of emotions, leadership, and sexual tension. Stop just listening to the words and start feeling the music of the interaction. When you shift your perspective from pure logic to applied psychology, the world of relationships stops being a frustrating mystery and becomes a territory you dominate with total confidence. The power of choice is now in your hands. Use it wisely.